Seka market, sketa maskati. Badbagala president wawe.
I am 27 years old. I have not seen any democratic transition in this country. I would love to see that. I want to see a change of government, non-violent change of government.
So Ugandans have come to a point where they cannot continue to be silent. That is why they refer to what is happening as a revolution. It is not just a political season or campaign. People are calling it a revolution because it involves every single Ugandan, regardless of whether you are past the voting age or you qualify to be a voter or not.
Since I was born, he has been in power. So once the law is honored and term limits and age limits all reinstituted back, then probably there's a higher chance that Uganda can be democratic. But at the moment, it's not.
Most of us who are supporting Bobby Wine, we were actually in fear. Because if you try to express your support, many people are shot at deliberately by the government, by the security operatives. And I'm also worried that maybe some people might even fear to go to the polling stations and vote. Because if we're just going to the election and if you just put on maybe a red mask, the National Unity Platform mask, or the T-shirt, you're beaten if our candidate is not allowed to mobilize for the votes. And every single time he goes to meet the people, he's tear gas. Yes, he can't talk to the people.
The person who has brought the biggest difference with this election is the leader of the National Unity Platform, that is Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi. I think this is the first time in Uganda that we have a presidential candidate who most of the Ugandans can identify with. He doesn't come from a rich background. He doesn't have any military history. So this is the first time we are seeing a normal Ugandan coming and being raised from the same situations and standards like the rest of us, come and try to represent our political views in the government.
He's a person the youth can relate with, and they are the majority in the country.
The reason why I am wearing a bulletproof jacket and a ballistic helmet is because I expect a live bullet targeted at me anytime. I have had to evacuate my family and sneak them out of the country because my family also has been targeted.
If we're having a free and fair election, I think he has very high chances of winning, because if you sit down to look at the turn up during campaigns, during the presidential campaigns and rallies, he has the biggest turn up. Amidst all the oppression, amidst the police trying to stop his voters, amidst them blocking his cars, people still pass through the bushes to come and listen to what he has to say.
If they are free and fair, then you expect peace. If they are not fair, then there's going to be violence. Right? There's going to be post-election violence. People will die. I don't know. It could escalate and turn into a genocide. It could escalate and turn into war. We just can't be sure.
We've come to a point of our government where we can no longer tolerate what's happening. Protests mostly start as a peaceful demonstration, and then the reactions by the police make them end up being a violent protest, because there is no way I will be standing next to my friend and then you kick my friend and expect me to just stay put.
It's the military and the police that really do the violence to the people, but they come up and say hooligans. No, these people are not understanding. The hooligans attacked us even when the people did not attack them. The atmosphere is not fair. It's not given a fair ground. Anytime he goes out there to meet the people are tear gassed. They are tear gassed, live bullets are shot at everyone, just trying to, sometimes even many people are killed by the police and the military.
People being kidnapped, arrested, brutalized, charged with crimes they didn't commit, as usual as it's been happening.
I'm going, but they should tell me to go well. They should tell me to go well. I'm Ugandan like you. What?
So many arrests going on, and innocent civilians are losing their lives. The people who are being killed by what they call the military police, we are not sure if these are actually army men or these are just a group of people that they've brought to incite fear in the people. Everyone was running up and down and people were yelling, close your shops, get into the buildings. But no one was attacking anyone until the anti-riot police came through. That is when I saw burning of tires on the streets and people were being beaten. These people have no limits. They commit very unjust action in public places and no one brings them to justice. They shoot at civilians and the videos go viral and the country remains silent.
Basically, what's in Uganda is not good, and it's a shame to the entire world, and most probably to those that give donations to the country to survive. It's totally a shame. People are being intimidated not to go out and express their civic rights. There has been a shadow ban. People are not supposed to go with mobile phones to the voting center, as I told you earlier. They're not supposed to stay to witness the counting of the votes too.
Like where I stay, my place, a guy was pulled out of a garage because they knew, the police and the military, they know he's a supporter of Bobi Wine. They pulled him out of the garage and they shot him on the head. And the guy just died like that.
Oh God. Oh, Mama. What? Mommy, I'm very scared. So help us, God.
Somebody, anytime, maybe you just live in danger. Anytime they can come for you and nobody will even be able to track where you've gone. Yeah, many people want change. Many young Ugandans want change. I should say the majority. The support is really very big here for Bobi Wine. I just pray, I pray that maybe the security operatives should change their behavior and the way that they are treating the citizens now. Giving up is not the option for us now, but we have to fight and keep pushing. I think that's what the current president wants us to do. He wants us to give up and we just let him roll the way he wants. He just wants us to give up and say, you continue.
There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of depression. There is a lot of uncertainty because even people who are not actively involved in politics are scared for the fate of their businesses. They're scared for the fate of their loved ones. I am partly scared, but that does not stop me from standing for what's right. I'd rather die for a cause than die in a hospital bed. That is why people are still hopeful. People still riot. They wake up in the morning to go on the streets and say, no, why are you arresting our leaders? Yet they know they can be shot at. You understand what I'm saying? We are too desperate for change, Finn. We are so desperate as a nation that any small hope that comes, we are willing to cling to that. In the event that the elections are not free and fair, then there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. Sadly, because there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. I feel I should let people know that a riot is a language of the unheard. By the time you see civilians moving to the streets for a cause, then there is so much that they've stomached that they cannot stay put at their homes anymore.
I would term it as a do or die situation, in that it's been a great risk to tally against a dictator for Honorable Kyagulanyi. And right now, the only mission is to remain alive in the 7 days. If he's alive in the 7 days to see the ballot, that's when we can say, yes, at least he survived the assassination. Now let's go and exercise our civic rights and tick.
There is hope. People are united. The Ugandans are united. And when people are together and they all want change like they do, even when you put fear in them, still maybe if the election is rigged, Ugandans will rise up. They'll say, we don't want that. You're not our president. We didn't elect you. As supporters of Bobi Wine, we're not happy. But that is not going to make us lose hope. We still hope change is coming. And come 14th January, we believe we're going to beat down Museveni with overwhelming numbers. I just pray that he should be able and be firm to accept the defeat come 14th January.
Sente zolifuna zireme kukula